What's going on, Washington Commanders Nation? I'm a bit dejected. No post game live stream today. I'm going to give you some pre recorded shit. I don't have much to talk about. So let's get right to it. The Eagles defeated Washington 26-18. Do not let that score fool you. We really lost by multiple possessions, and we got a garbage time touchdown on the last drive of the game. We're not going to have any wasted movements in this post-game show. This video is brought to you by BetUS Sportsbook and Casino, home of the fastest payouts in the industry. 150% match bonus on your first deposit using YouTube 150 as the promo code. 125% on your second and third deposits. Philly's defense made Washington's offense look like a joke today. Jayden Daniels, Cliff Kingsbury, and the Washington Commanders offense was ass today. They were ass from the opening whistle. They were ass to the final whistle of the game, and we were never able to find a way to figure out Vic Fangio's defense. Brian Robinson, you ran hard. It was nice to see you back today. I have no positives to give on the offensive side of the ball. Nobody gets a positive grade. You got a big, fat F grade on national TV in front of the whole world to see. What a night that we chose to look like the Washington Commanders of years past. What a fucking night where the defense holds this Philadelphia offense for 45 minutes plus. I'm talking it's a 12 to 10, it's a 10 to 12 ball game with 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Defense held as long as they could. You cannot expect any defense to hold an offense with that much firepower for 60 minutes. They were more than bend not break on the defensive side of the ball today. They held their fucking own for almost 4 quarters. If the offense would have only accepted the life raft that the defense thrown at them. JD5, Jayden Daniels, our electrifying rookie quarterback. Philadelphia said, I don't give a fuck about none of that Jayden Daniels shit. He didn't do anything today. He was off. His throws were off. And the pressure they were getting on him had him seeing phantasmas, had him seeing Casper, the friendly ghost, all around the football field today. He was even feeling pressure when it wasn't there. He was off target. He didn't give Washington a chance to win this game today. And I love the kid. I think he's our guy. I think we're good to go at the quarterback position. Mama always told us there will be days like this, but we got to call it when we see it. Jayden Daniels did not give this team a chance to win this football game today. In a game where Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles offense struggled, Jalen Hurts made plays when it mattered, and Jayden Daniels was on ghost alert. Him and Terry McLaurin are on the same fucking milk carton right now because Quinyon Island is a real thing. Philly Mike and Philly 500 and Lord Brunson and them, they told us about my boy Chip. They told us about Quinyon Island. That boy Terry is somewhere. We have to go find him. We need to go on a DMV-wide exploration to find Terry because he was nowhere to be found for 4 quarters today. He had a catch for 10 yards. I don't even need to read off Jayden's stats today. He got a garbage time touchdown and 2-point conversion to Zach Ertz, but I'm going to move forward as if Jayden did not score a touchdown for the second game in a row. I'm not going to be like some fans and say he's hurt. I'm not going to do that. He's good enough to play, and he's been good enough to play for 3 weeks in a row after the Panthers game, and he's given us an opportunity to win each of those games. 5 did not give us a chance to win this game today. Is the season over? No. Is Jayden a bad quarterback? No. But for the first time all year, he played like total shit today. He didn't play like shit versus Tampa Bay. He didn't play like shit versus Pittsburgh. You know, there were a lot of things that happened versus Pittsburgh. Dropped passes. There were a couple missed throws by 5, but he put us in position to win that game, and we didn't do so. Jayden did not put us in one position to have a real advantage during this game today. Both of the drives that we actually sustained in this game ended up resulting in a field goal and nothing. And I know what everybody's going to be talking about. The hot button topic of this game and the turning point to a lot of people is going to be, why didn't Washington take the points? Down 2 points in the fourth quarter after the Eagles missed an extra point. You had a chance to go up 1, and it would be a 13-12 football game with about 10, 11 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. Washington did what I would have done. They went for it. They lived dangerous. Maybe versus this defense that has you in a straitjacket, a seat belt, in the trunk of a jalopy for the entire game, maybe you don't want to go for it versus this team. I'm not going to hold you. I would have went for it on that. I would have lived dangerous and I would have trusted it. But I wouldn't have called whatever bullshit disastrous play that was that we ran on that 4th and 2. That shit had no chance. I didn't like the play calling. I didn't like the execution. I didn't like the body language. I didn't like anything I saw from Jayden Daniels in the offense today. Brian Robinson ran hard. We were never able to fully establish the run, but Brian Robinson Jr., 16 carries for 63 yards and a touchdown. He ran hard today. That's about it, bro. We didn't get nothing from any of these guys. Austin Eckler is your leading receiver with 89 yards. Screen passes and swing passes is all we were able to do. I haven't seen a defense all year that is dominated. We at some point figured out the Steelers defense and were able to make something happen. We got plays down the field. We didn't even have the opportunity to take shots on this team. There were no shot opportunities. There were no down the field, stretch the field type. They beat our ass into oblivion. And Washington is currently on fraud alert. After getting to 7-2 for the first time since the 90s, Washington has dropped 2 in a row, and everybody's saying that we haven't beat a good team yet. There's an exclamation point in all caps now because we've run into good teams and we've had many opportunities to put our foot on the throats of both of them. You had a 24-14 lead versus the Steelers in the second half last week at home. Didn't take care of business. You go into the fourth quarter with the lead versus Philadelphia. You hold the Philadelphia offense to under 10 points in 3 quarters, and all you got to show for it is 10 points on the board. Washington defense, take a bow. Frankie Louvu's up to 7 sacks on the season. Mikey Sanders still held it down despite the size disparity between him and A.J. Brown. They did everything in their fucking ability to keep Washington in this ball game today, but the offense did not give us any chance at all. Lock, stock, and barrel. They had us on lock from the opening tip to the last whistle. Respect to Vic Fangio. Respect to the Philadelphia Eagles, Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, and company. They, of course, once Washington wilted away near the mid part of the fourth quarter, got a couple late touchdowns to stretch that lead out to 26-10. So despite how Washington played all day, it doesn't show up on the stat sheet because Washington didn't put any points up. They didn't put any points up. The defense constantly gave them chance after chance after chance. Even the first drive coming out of the half for Washington, like they've done in weeks past, they went straight down the field on Philadelphia. But once we got on that Philadelphia side of the field, penalty, bullshit, settle for a field goal. We're talking about a game where if Washington just scores a single touchdown once they hit 10, they would have been comfortable and they would have had a chance to win this game down the stretch. But they could not get anything done. Quinyon Mitchell went crazy. Jalen Carter is bullying guys up front. Brandon Coleman was getting his ass beat. Everybody was pitching in for Philadelphia. Nolan Smith was getting active. The linebackers were getting after it. Jayden threw a late interception to Reed Blankenship. They're dancing on our graves, and they're making us look like capital F frauds on Thursday Night Football on on Jeff Bezos' app. Oh, I don't really have much more to go. They came out and went straight to Jahan Dotson to start the game. They were trying to get him involved. The defense is making plays. 5, Cliff Kingsbury, the offensive line, the receivers. It was just one big display of ass. You might as well call this game Instagram, because I saw more ass from that Washington offense than I see scrolling the timeline on IG every day, man. It was bad. Washington falls to 7-4, and Lord knows they need this 10-day break before this Dallas game so we can get our mind right, we can get our bodies right, and we can move on to the back half of this season, because you got to play this Eagles team one more time. You got 2 versus Dallas. You got 2 versus the Steelers. 2 versus Dallas. You got 1 more versus the Eagles. You got the Saints. You got the Falcons, and you got the Titans. It's still year 1, and we needed this humble pie because we've been on a high horse for the majority of this season. Washington Commanders Nation, I tell you right now, our guys are not ready yet. They're not ready for the big time. I do want to see this team play playoff football, and we're still going to probably be in the mix for a playoff spot this year, but we're not ready for that yet. Today was a stark reminder, if Jayden has an off game, we don't really have a shot. Jayden has to be. This team cannot afford Jayden to be off. Even as a rookie, that's how much we depend on the back of number 5, Jayden Daniels. So we cannot afford for him to go out and stink the joint up like he did today. And even with him stinking the joint up, we led for a majority of this game and absolutely sold the fuck out in the fourth quarter, man. That's all I got to say about this game, man. I got a Bleacher Report stream to do tomorrow. After I sleep it off and take a look at this bullshit again, we could talk about it some more tomorrow. Y'all have a blessed night. GG's, respect, and shout out to the Eagles. We not on y'all level yet, and y'all deserve to talk all the shit y'all want to. We'll take that shit on the chin. Let me have it in the comments, bro. It is what it is. They let me down tonight, man. 7-4, Dallas week next week. We'll shake back, hopefully. Hate it here, man. Number 5, sleep it off, watch the film, and let's come back better next week, man. That's all I got.